What's up, y'all? It is Feature Friday, and this Feature Friday, we are flashing back to 2014. I got an email from Ben Cybulski from Strange, and he was like, yo, I got Ces Cru in the studio. They're working on their album. It's called Codename Ego Stripper, and we got a song they want you on, and we want you to do 12 bars, and then there's like 4 bars left as an outro section that we want you to just like kind of leave as is or whatnot. So, of course, those are my brothers. I was excited to be on the project. I was excited to be on the album. I was like, okay, cool, let's get it. Count me in. So, I jumped on it. Now, the version that I jumped on in 2014 is actually not the version that you hear today. There was some changes made to the verse that I did in relation to the record itself and the beat and the placement and all that. So I'm going to break that down for you today. But before we do that, let's hear the verse as it exists today in its entirety.
You with the BS, you wanna be wrecked. You dropping demo disc, I'm hitting eject. I wanna tell you the bottom line is a typical topic, and I'm a pinnacle prophet of time, the best. Watch me closer now, line them up in a row. Blindfold the crowd, line them up in a row. Rhyme, hold them down, line them up in a row. I warn you now, clown. Here we go. If you gotta get a weapon to get to stepping, I'm wrecking every second that I'm checking. The freaking record is wrecking up and kicking it incessantly. Geneteching my 20-second backing for the deepest of women, get them. If you gotta get a crew, get a sus one. You make a motherfucking move for the next one. Checks come, homie, when the best drum flex, huh? Better be getting ready for the moment that the flash comes. I've been talking to myself about the honors on the shelf, get your head spun. You need a place to pray, or better got to hate shit, I probably can erect one. I've been rocking with the sets since the prophets at the back, got a leg up on the next son. Every time the brothers speak, you just know it's getting deep when you wake up with the dead ones.
Boom. All right, cool. So, Blindfold off of Codename Ego Stripper by Ces Cru featuring your boy. Yo, love the way it came out, but I can't front. I'm sure the brothers from Ces Cru will be cool with me sharing this backstory. It's 12 years later. But when I first got the final record back, I wasn't 100% sure how to feel about it because I got moved to a different section of the record than what I wrote to.
I can't believe it.
When they sent me the record, they each had a verse, and then they had a third verse slot, and I guess I was intended in the beginning to close the song. But what ended up happening was they shifted my verse to a different section, and Gotti added on an extra verse after that. So, which is cool. It's their prerogative, their record, you know. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I'm not even criticizing. I'm happy to be here.
But the one thing that was a little bit like unnerving for me is being moved to a section of the beat that I didn't write to. I wrote the verse to a specific part of the music, a part of the beat, and I made cadence choices based off that part of the beat that they gave me. So when they first moved me, it took me a second to get readjusted to it because I could only hear that initial version. We call it demoitis.
I'm so confused.
I was stuck with that initial version. So what I'm going to do today is, for the first time ever, unearth this original version. The song originally was called Deep. When they sent it to me, it was called Deep. It wasn't called Blindfold. You can hear a couple of the Deep references in the hook. And then in my verse too, you can hear me mention Deep a couple times because the song was called Deep. They later changed it to Blindfold. So when they gave it to me, they each had their verses and they left me this beautiful slot in the third slot of the song and the third verse. And then it had a dope breakdown, which kind of gave me a vibe of like Busta on Look at Me Now. Like the beat dropped and sirens came in and it was like, oh, you got to go off on this section. So I was like, they're putting the pressure on me. You know, I gotta show out. I gotta do my thing. So that's the section that I wrote and recorded to. Then I later got shifted up onto a different section of the beat. So let's do that. Let's do this. Let's review for the first time ever the original rough mix of my feature on what was then called Deep, but you know today as Blindfold.
You wanna be session, better OD until your D go A. In the minute we gone, it could be that we gone. The next shit that we gone, and we don't play. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, I'm bored out of my fucking fucking mind with these fat asses and fast food. Yeah. Fake beefs and rap crews. Yeah. Snapbacks and tattoos. Come on. Every new fad is just bad news. Like I need that. I watch CNN. Right. Stressed up from the chest up. It's a good thing that we need deep in. We in the real world. Shit's real, dog. Yeah. I don't care what you don't feel, dog. People counting on me like chip stacks. And a matter of fact, I got bills, dog. Doing B.I. Begaye with the bosses up at the office. No leverage. I gotta eat, so I'ma take whatever he offers. It better be legit, and you can eat a dick. I've been working shifts up at the Peter Pit. Got a contract, could've responded back. Lost contact, couldn't read the shit. May never know what might have been, but then again, considering I'm on the grind. Somebody hold him, blindfold him. One last smoke, set him up in the line. B.S. you wanna be, says you better OD until your DGA. In the minute we gone, it could've be that we gone. The next shit that we gone, and we don't play. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. B.S. you wanna be, says you better OD until your DGA. In the minute we gone, it could've be that we gone. The next shit that we gone, and we don't play. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Line them all up on the wall and a name at it. Way that we came at the game like a pain addict. The way we came at it, like it ain't matter. Brain scatter your gray matter like hay batter. Swing batter, batter, swing. He can it, he can it. They want my spine on the label, but they can't have it. Sick of seeing my face, paste it up in the place. Shit, I don't know what to say, but you can blame Travis. Snake and bat, we chain react. You think it's easy, come. Wanna be the one, we'll go easy, bro. Think it's easy, come. But they don't see me though, what have we become? When I'm on the road, I don't see my son. 2 months at a time on a eat and run. Put the check in the rent and eat the crumbs. Pull the change out the couch and the pizza come. I'm wide awake, y'all taking naps. Tryna join our rank, I ain't taking naps. I don't see these funds, I'ma speak in tongue. Payback's a bitch and she don't pay in cash. We never quit when they tell us no, because of love and respect what I felt the most. And so I exercise my self-control. But which one of y'all helped me though? Blindfold. The B.S. you wanna be, says you better OD until your DGA. In the minute we gone, it could've be that we gone. The next shit that we gone, and we don't play. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. B.S. you wanna be, says you better OD until your DGA. In the minute we gone, it could've be that we gone. The next shit that we gone, and we don't play. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row. Blindfold a man, line him up in the row.
You with the B.S. you wanna be wrecked. You dropping demo disc, I'm hitting eject. I wanna tell you the bottom line is a typical topic, and I'm a pinnacle prophet of time, the best. Watch me closer now, line him up in the row. Blindfold the crowd, line him up in the row. Rhyme, hold him down, line him up in the row. I warn you now, clown, here we go. If you gotta get a weapon to get the stepping, I'm wrecking every second that I'm checking the freaking record. It's wrecking up and kicking it incessantly, gin attacking my 20-second backing for the deepest of women, get them. If you gotta get a crew, get a sus one. You make a motherfucking move for the next run. Checks come only when the best drum flex high. Better be getting ready for the moment that the flash bumps. I've been talking to myself about the honors on the shelf, get your head spun. You need a place to pray, or a bet I gotta hate shit, I probably can erect one. I've been rocking with the sessions, the prophets at the back, got a leg up on the next son. Every time the brothers speak, you just know it's getting deep when you wake up with the dead ones.
They told me just leave the last bars open. I was like, oh, I just put some oohs and ahs. Y'all can keep it or you can scrap it if you want. Boom. So there it is. All right, so that's the original version of Deep that became Blindfold. So you could see they set me up. They set me up with that crazy drop, and it was like, oh, this is the I don't know if I even ever talked to UB or Gotti after. I think I mentioned to them that like I wasn't crazy about them moving the verse like from where I wrote it, but I was like, at the end of the day, it's y'all record. You do what you kind of do what you want. And to be truthful, I'm pretty sure I talked about it with them later. I was in my feelings in the beginning because I don't like to be moved. You know what I mean? This is what you gave me. This is what I wrote to.
Mind you, I know fuck all about art, but I know what I like.
But then I got over it, and then by the time the record came out, I was like, you know what? Like, it grew on me where it was at, and I was like, it's cool. And then Gotti ended up putting a verse in that section that I was in originally, and his verse is nasty. He killed it. So it was like, I was just like, yeah, all right, cool. Like, I just accepted it and moved on, you know? So now it even sounds a little bit strange for me to hear the rough mix as it stood. You know what I mean? But I do still hear like the way that I set it up. If when you get to I warn you now, clown, here we go, and that breakdown happens with the sirens. If you got to get a weapon to get to stepping, I'm wrecking every second that you know what I mean. That whole part right there, and then when the claps come in, if you got to get a crew, get SS1, like that was all building up to go to those last few bars of the verse. So it's like it was crafted for that. But I think if anything, in retrospect, when I look back at it now, it makes the cadence seem just, I was worried it made the cadence seem extra for no reason, because they put it so that when I picked up the pace on if you got to get a weapon to get to step in that section, the beat was just the standard part of the verse beat. So I was like, why am I picking it up so much? But I think if you hadn't heard that original rough, then it just sounds like I'm picking it up because I want to pick it up. Like, it doesn't sound out of place in retrospect years later after like being used to the record the way it ended up, So that's the way it ended up staying. Obviously, I didn't throw a tantrum or anything. I just rolled with the punch on that one, and I think it worked out for the best.
No, right? Just throw your little fucking tantrum.
That is Blindfold, Ces Cru's record off of their Codename Ego Stripper album, which came out in 2014 on Strange Music. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer the original version that is out there now that you know and love on the album? Or do you think it would have been better to have been more formatted, at least in regards to my verse, on the section of the beat that I recorded to? Does that rough sound better to you than the version that's out now, or vice versa? I would love to know what you guys think, because it's sometimes hard to see past, one's own biases. So I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. And here's to doing some more Feature Fridays in the future. Hope you guys are well. Shout out to your boys, Ces Cru, UBI. That's my brother. We've got some music coming in the chamber very soon. And shout out to Gotti. We haven't spoken in a while, but I got nothing but love for him anyways. And he's a super talented writer and amazing musician that I'm honored to have known all these years and have worked with, So much love to everybody out there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.